Hey y'all, Jeff from Adventure Tactician here. I'm here to give you my 1 year review on the Black Ember grip sling. I purchased this October 2024. It's now November 2025. I bought this specifically to bring on flights with me to keep under the seat. I'm a tall guy. I don't have much leg room and I don't want to take up all that leg room with a backpack. So this is primarily the bag that I bring on long flights, and then when I arrive at my destination, it becomes my EDC bag. I do also carry a carry-on above me, but I keep everything that I need for the flight in this bag. So again, I've been using this for a year. I brought it on about a dozen trips, both locally and also international to Europe. And it's definitely one of my all-time favorite bags. You can see some wear on here. It is holding up quite well. AquaGuard zippers are holding up. I've brought this in snow, rain, sleet, all of the above, and it keeps everything nice and dry. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the outside, front to back, top to bottom. We'll dive into the empty bag. I can show you the compartments, and then I will show you my loadouts and give you a rundown of everything I carry with me on my trips. So starting, beautiful nylon material. I love the Black Ember product line. It's a very well made. We have magnetic release buckles both on the interior for a key ring and on the bottom. I believe these are sold separately but can hold things like a jacket, water bottle, etc., which I'll get into in a moment. Inside in the front compartment, we have two little areas here. These are good for carrying things like toiletry items and that. On the outside here, again, AquaGuard zippers, YKK. There's two things here that I really like to focus on. One, the pull tabs make it very easy to open and close this bag, but also these double as a theft deterrent. It's a little locking mechanism. It's nothing major, but if anyone's gonna run by and try and swipe your bag and grab anything, they're not going to be able to. So that is a problem. Pickpockets are a problem, and they're very crafty. And that'll slow them down just a little bit, which is great. Moving on to the main compartment here, there are two compartments, but inside the main compartment, we have a couple of nice features here. Magnetic padded sleeve. I can carry two tablets in here, which I'll show you in a moment, both an iPad and Remarkable tablet. Nice magnetic closure there. And then on this side, we have a little zipper pouch for carrying more wonderful things. And of course, you'll notice my silica gel pack. I always carry those. It's hard to tell, but in the year that I've been using this, I've got some stains in it already. Leaks are a fact of life, especially with travel. So I do keep those in there. Move around to the back of the bag with the strap. We got some nice swivels here. Allows for a lot of great flexibility. This does stay flush against your body, which is great. I wear it as a chest sling mainly. And then we have the strap. I like the Black Ember straps, but I'm a bit torn after using this for a year. I do like that they offer a nice padded area for my shoulder, which is great when I'm traveling through airports and on the street. There is a locking mechanism here, so when you tighten this to your desired tautness, you can kind of lock it, and then I'll prevent slippage. But I have noticed it gets a little funky here. The size of my body, I have a little bit extra strap, which you can see here. And then this elastic strap, this always comes up on flights. This pops out. It gets kind of messy. That would be my one con for the strap, I think. But it's okay. I think the padding really makes up for that. And the strength of the strap and the flexibility of it kind of make up for that. And again, of course, you've got your standard stuff like a nice handle on the top. Picking this up from the bottom underneath my seat in the flight or on the floor, perfect. Who wouldn't want one of those? Another criticism I have, I do like, they're sold separately. They do have the laser etched areas in the front here where you can kind of slide these in to hold a water bottle or a jacket. Water bottle, not going to happen. The problem is, you can see here, Black Ember has designed this sliding mechanism for tightening the strap here or making it more loose, but I find that there's one of two ways to do this. You can either have this sliding on this to help it extend and contract as you want, or when I'm not really using that, I will put both of these hooks inside this little strap here. I find that even if you tighten this up on something like a jacket, it does slide and becomes loose. So I really don't use this too much. It's kind of, I just think it looks nice at this point. I guess if you're carrying a jacket and you're not moving around a lot, it's an okay spot to keep it, but that's fine. But if you do like these straps, they are the magnetic release, which we all know and love, which is great. But being on the bottom, you can see here, they do wear out pretty quickly. It looks like it's just painted aluminum, so it's all scratched up. But otherwise, I mean, small nitpicks. It's been a great bag. You can see besides a couple of scuffs, there's no fraying on the stitching or anything like that. And I think it's quite a nice bag. And now I'm going to show you all of the stuff that I keep in here. It fits quite a lot. All right, y'all, let me give you a good rundown of everything that I carry in my black Ember grip sling. Just note that this is primarily a travel bag for international travel. I use this sling to keep underneath my seat in front of me. I'm a tall guy, I need the leg room. This is the only thing that I keep on my person on a plane. And a lot of my flights can last upwards of 9 hours, whether I'm flying from Massachusetts to Berlin or from Massachusetts to Hawaii. This is the only bag that I will keep in the cabin with me, aside from the carry-on above my head, but that doesn't count. So, obviously I'll keep my phone, usually in my pocket, but I do have space for my bag. For longer travel, I keep things like energy packets, flavored packets, liquid IV is a must, wet ones, you always got to have those. I've got a little medical bag here. I got things like moist towelettes, dude wipes, mints, candies. You got to have tissues just in case. Cliff bars in case the meals are terrible. Field notes. One of my favorite things to carry is actually a little bag of travel duct tape. This has come in handy many times. I had an incident in Big Bend National Park where my tent pole broke and I needed some duct tape, and I had it. It was phenomenal. Have y'all ever been on a trip and been in a survival situation where you needed a Mylar blanket? No, neither have I, but that might happen. Always carry one of those. I've got these two bags here. They fit perfectly into the Black Ember grip sling. They're made by Savior Equipment, mainly for firearms and sporting goods, but I found a much better use for them. One of these pouches carries all my cords and tech gear. I've got all types of adapters, phone cleaning tools for the ports. I've got my pencil replacement tips for my remarkable tablet, which I'll talk about in a second. And just like every other geek, I've got every connection known to man, whether it be the old micro USB-C, USB 2, or USB-C. Carry all those, keep them in one convenient little pouch that I can see. Got another little medical bag here. Got everything from Pepsid and Tums to Claritin. We got some saline spray, Visine floss picks, and you never know when you're going to roll your ankle, right? Keep that in this bag. That way it's nice and organized. Along with the tech pouch, I've got this Anchor GNA Prime. This one's great. I think this goes up to 67 watts output. So this is good for slowly preventing your MacBook from running down, but also charging phone, and you've got two USB-C and one USB 2 ports there. It's nice and compact. I love this thing for flights. Quickly jumping over, this might seem silly to you all, but I actually keep a pair of traditional corded headphones in here because battery life is getting better with a lot of the Bluetooth-enabled earbuds, but you know, a lot of the older plane models still require you to plug in your headset, and I've got that just in case. I keep that in a nice little pouch here, so I always have it. Also has a lightning adapter if I have my old phone on me. Earplugs, you never know when you're going to use those. Assortment of things on the bottom here. We've got everything from moisturizing cream, hand sanitizer, we've got Advil, lip balm, Listerine spray, flashlight, and a little travel pen, which I love. And then moving on over, I've got my two tablets here. I've got my iPad, which I use for entertainment purposes. I've got my remarkable tablet here with a liquid ink display and a keyboard. And this thing has insane battery life, does not require a Wi-Fi connection, and I can just doodle, take notes, write whatever I need to do with that. Love that. And then finally, one thing that I absolutely love is this little mechanism here. It's actually a phone holder for MagSafe. And this thing comes in handy whether you're putting it on a tray and just putting your phone on it, like so. You can prop up your phone, or it's very, very strong. You can throw this on an iPad, and some old Boeing and Airbus models actually have some metal on the seat backs. And when that happens, you can actually put this thing right on a seat back and then prop it up and use it for entertainment purposes. Works wonderfully on most planes, and it folds down. It's very compact, pretty light. And if you're a photographer as well, it actually makes a nice little tripod. It's got the threading for smaller tripods, and you can use that to record with your phone as a little tripod. Fantastic. So again, that is everything that I fit in this Black Ember grip sling, and I'll show you a couple photos of the interior with everything loaded up in just a minute. Thanks. Alrighty, so here's the grip sling all loaded up. As you can see, it sits nice and flat all by itself, doesn't tip over. Depending on the plane, what I'll do is I'll slide this into the bottom of the seat. So the bottom of the seat will generally be here, bag upright, and then I'll have enough room for my feet on the side, and that allows me to reach down and just kind of grab it when I need it. So in the front, I keep a lot of those loose items, things that I might need really quickly due to screaming children, such as Advil, hand sanitizer, all that's like my field notes, my drink packets, tissues, because sometimes I just sneeze for no reason on planes, duct tape, pencil, pen. I got my little Mylar blanket there, and then my flashlight, a couple of other things scattered about there. They all fit nicely in the front. But where I find this bag really shines, again, looking at the top here, I've got both my tablets. I've got my iPad and my Remarkable here. They're a little bit too big for the magnet to work, but that's okay with me. If you have a smaller tablet, that's going to work great. That's not a problem for me at all. Those two little Save Your Equipment bags that I was talking about, you can see that they fit perfectly in here, and whenever I need them, I can just see what's what. I've got my little med bag here, I've got my charging cord bag here, and I can just quickly pull that up from under the seat, not needing to really know or see what's in there. I can just hear it rattle, yank it out, good to go. Again, little med bag there, headphones and things like that, charger down at the bottom. If I swing it around so you can see this side, this zip pouch is where I keep a couple of other things that really aren't shapely. So I've got, my wet ones, liquid IV, earplugs, Cliff Bars, things like that down in this area here. Everything is nice and organized. Quick retrieval of anything I want. I've got kind of like a Cascade Stadium seating kind of thing going on here. So it's very easy to just see or grab what I want without even seeing if I don't need to see under the seat there. So again, really nice bag, fits a ton of gear. And then right after I get off the plane, I'll throw this over my neck, wear it on my chest, grab my carry-on and be on my way. And then of course, if you're traveling, you're walking down the street, you're carrying this as an EDC, being able to keep everything up front and right in front of you on your chest is perfect. It does get quite heavy, but the straps are all really well made, and it holds quite a bit of gear. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your time.